Well, obviously another big day for us here, the organization, but huge day for Emily and Baker, and we're just extremely excited for both parties for this thing. A year ago at the Combine, starting around the Combine, Todd was hitting me up with a text, a call, or come down to my office at least twice a day, asking me, when are we getting big? I said, well, there's some rules here. We'll do the best we can. He had a lot of confidence in him. He developed a relationship with him when he was with the Jets in the 2018 draft. We had Baker as our number one quarterback in that draft on our rankings, and so we had a lot of confidence in him. But nobody had more confidence than Baker. And it was about a year ago today, I don't know if it's exactly to the day, when I called him to congratulate him, you could feel the confidence that he was ready to come in here and take advantage of the situation. He had us circled as the best place to go. We had him circled as the best player to come and follow the legend, Tom Brady, and not many quarterbacks would have the confidence to do that. But Baker certainly did. We love his leadership, love his ability on the field, but his leadership, his ability to rally the team, the city, the fan base, has been surreal. So with that, I'm going to give you Baker.
Yeah, I appreciate it. First, got to obviously thank the Glazier family, all the front office guys, my agent, everybody that worked on this to get this done. As Jason mentioned last year, and truly the last few years of my career, a lot of ups and downs, and just to be able to have Emily by my side the whole time and see it through and have the opportunity to come here is a place that knows how to win from top down, and they do it well from the people that I talked to before even getting here. None of those words were a lie. Obviously knew Coach Bowles coming into it, got to know Jason pretty quickly, and just knowing the staff and the key pieces that they had here were obviously a good look to try and sign here and know I have a chance to play and prove myself, and with just the opportunity. God had a plan for me and saw it through, and just the group we had as well made it so special last year. Made it a big reason why I wanted to come back here, knowing that we have a lot of the same staff coming back, key pieces. We were close. We made a good run there at the end, but I don't think any of our guys were satisfied. But it was the group that stuck together through all the highs and lows that made it so special for us. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to push for a deeper playoff run. Obviously, if it's not a Super Bowl, only one team's happy in the end. So that's the goal here, is to try and win a couple. And very thankful for this opportunity. And we call Tampa home now. And it's obviously welcome another key piece to our family, adding a little girl into the family here pretty soon. And just a lot of exciting things for us. And we're really, really blessed and can't say enough.
We're going to go ahead and open it for questions. If you please motion, we'll have the microphone extended.
Hi, Baker. Congratulations. Jenna Lane, ESPN. What was that moment like for you and Emily when you decided, you know what, we agree to terms, Tampa's going to be our next home for 3 years?
A weight lifted off of our shoulders from the from the traveling journey that we've been on the last couple of years. For us, knowing how much we truly loved being here, and throughout the whole process, we thought we were going to call this place home in the off season regardless. That's how much we fell in love with just the community, the city overall, and truly enjoyed living here. So a weight lifted off our shoulders, but just knowing that we can settle in and truly make a difference, whether it's with the organization and throughout the community, that we can truly be rooted and kind of a boots on the ground mentality to make a difference and see that through. It's a special feeling.
Hey, Baker, JP Peterson, Fanstream Sports, Tampa Bay. Given the terms of the contract and what Kirk Cousins got, comparable, or maybe you could argue a better younger player yourself, is it fair to say that you left some money on the table here to get these other guys done, as Jason's been able to get all your teammates done and there's more work to do? And was that part of the strategy?
For me, I said it immediately after our Detroit game. Following the loss, there's to build a winning team and to have a lot of the key pieces that we needed back to continue this run and improve it. Some sacrifice have to be made. Now, listen, this is life-changing money, and I'm not going to act like otherwise. It's something that I've worked extremely hard for over the years and many years of football. So I'm grateful for it, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing to say, oh, well, he got more. And then it's not that mentality. Knowing that we have a chance to bring back some key pieces and make a further run in the playoffs, that's important to me. I'm a winner at heart. I hate losing, so knowing that we get a lot of guys back and we can continue to build this for years to come it's a special thing.
No state taxes.
That's a good point.
Use that one a lot.
Baker, Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times. Just, at what point last year was the most difficult for you? There was a time when you guys weren't winning games. What was it that was enabled you and your teammates to kind of pull out of that with everything on the line that you had personally and professionally?
For me, the transition coming into this team and the organization, they had all the key pieces. And Coach Bowles told me from the very beginning, just be myself, be passionate, be the fiery leader. He knew me from the college days. And so just knowing that was kind of my role within the organization, just to keep pushing guys, see it through. We're never out of the fight, and to have that mentality. So even during that midseason lull that we had, it wasn't fun. Losing's not fun. But leaning on the veterans, the guys that had been here for years and had won a lot of ball games, have been to the Super Bowl and won it. And so leaning on those guys and just trying to show the younger guys the way, and just trusting that process, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but saying, guys, we're good enough. If we just do the little things right and we go from there, we can control our own destiny at that point.
Baker, congrats over here. Rock Raleigh, Tampa Free Press, congrats.
Thank you.
I know you're real tight with Tristan Wirfs, so did you make the call to him? What was his reaction? Because I know you've been buddies. And did you kind of know that Mike Evans was going to be back? How much of a factor was that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing this.
I truly didn't know Mike was going to be back until he signed. I was actually out of town, and Mike called me, and he said, are we doing this or what? And that was a couple days before they announced it that he was signing back. So obviously he's a big part of that. Now in terms of Tristan, we were sitting at lunch when I got the call. So I was there with Emily and his girlfriend Meredith. They're 1 week apart due date wise, and so the big dog's back in the corner right there. One of my best friends now, and just knowing that we have that relationship. Obviously Luke's in here as well, but just how close I became with these guys, it became a huge factor in the decision. Knowing that I'm going to fight for them and they're going to fight for me, that's a big thing for it. It's a great group.
Baker, congratulations. Scott Reynolds, Pewter Report. You had your best statistical season last year, hitting some career highs. You had a perfect game against Green Bay. What led to last year being, in terms of personal and professional growth, your best season? And how can you take your game to new heights this year?
From the very beginning, organization made me comfortable in saying, be the best version of yourself. And as a quarterback, somebody that you always have eyes on you, there's no other words that can make you feel more welcome than that. And so for me, just trying to do the little things right. And once the play is there, then you can really let the energy, the character, and all that rub off on everybody else. And so for me, just knowing that you play good ball and you trust the guys around you, good things will happen. And so for me, coming back on this process. Looking at system-wise, that was a big reason why I had a lot of success. I think it does do a really good job of showing my skills and some of my traits, and obviously being able to work with Liam in the past. Obviously, it was a short stint, but knowing that we have a good relationship and knowing how he's going to push me and push everybody else to get on the same page. Obviously, Thad's in here, Thad Lewis, our QB coach as well, knowing that we have that room that we're bringing back, and we can really control this thing and control the ship.
Baker, congratulations. J.C. Allen, Sports Illustrated's Bucs Game Day. Your journey has been well documented, the adversities, the lack of security, stability you've had throughout the franchises. Coming back here and having the season you did, re-signing now, what did you learn about yourself last year as a person, as a teammate, as a quarterback? How do you carry that into the future?
My journey's not been the one that I exactly envisioned. A lot of ups and downs, but just trusting it. Adversity, how you handle it is really a true test of character. And so for me, trying to relate it to some of the things I did from high school, having to walk on, the college, having to battle for a job, losing a job in Cleveland, going to Carolina, having to move to LA, and just all those things. You realize mental toughness can take you a long way, and just trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and having that confidence, and trusting God that you have everything you're capable of, and you have it all right there available for you. So just go do that and be the best version of yourself. So for me, this was a good place that has already shown me that I can do that.
Hi, Baker. Mike Pepper, Sports Tampa.
I like that hat.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
So, little Sooners. Congratulations, and Jason, congratulations. And, one thing when you look at, you kind of addressed on the last couple questions, but I was wondering, your NFL career, you haven't had an offensive coordinator back-to-back years. It's been kind of insane, and yet
It's been really fun, yeah.
And obviously you're not going to this year, but you have worked with Liam. Given this contract and seeing where the Bucs are at this point, what do you think a second year and even to a third year? You talked about the room being the same. How much are you looking forward to that and to continuing your growth?
That's a huge factor. To know the things that we did well last year and the things that we want to improve. The starting point, and you do have to. I think that's the tricky part. You have to go back to the basics. You have to start from day one. If you act like you have it figured out from the beginning, then you're doing it wrong. So you have to start back from scratch. But at the same time, we know the pieces. We know the things that we're really good at on offense. Just knowing that it's a similar system, and so for us, being able to grow in that and continue to push each other, how we operate week to week during the off season as well as in season. It's a huge thing to have. The routines with your guys and know that if there's something that I need from that room, everybody in there is willing to do it, and likewise. So it's when you know the people that you're working with, you can fight for them even harder just knowing who they are as people.
Hey, Baker, Greg Allman with Fox Sports over here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Baker, you've always been a really self-motivated person. A year ago, there's doubt around you. There's low expectations around this team. And now you have the stability and the respect of this contract. You're a captain on a defending division champ. Expectations are going to be a lot higher. How do you find the same drive and motivation now with all these things working in your favor?
Yeah, the expectation on the outside, if you pay attention to that, you're not doing it right. And just knowing the people we have in this building, we set our own standard. We know what our own expectation is. We know the pieces that we have. We're capable of winning a Super Bowl. And so you set that standard, and you don't let anybody dip below that line. And so for us, the guys that we have a lot of the same guys coming back that we were there. Once you get a taste of losing in the playoffs, it makes you driven even more. And so for us, knowing that we were a little bit short in the playoffs and just to continue to push. And there was a lot of lessons we learned last year as a team as well. So obviously starting out 3-1, then going to 4-7, and having to win 5 out of 6 of the last ones to get into the playoffs. So we were battle tested, but knowing that we can control that, there's things that can go your way, but as long as you stay the course, good things will happen.
Jason, this one's for you. Scott Reynolds, Pewter Report. Obviously, Baker's got a strong arm, very talented quarterback, leadership ability off the charts, but his toughness, mental and physical toughness, the reason why you guys have been to the playoffs 4 years in a row, your starting quarterback has not missed a single start. 3 years with Brady, last year with Baker. He was hurt, but battled through that. How much does toughness, Baker's mental and physical toughness, mean to this organization and to you as a talent evaluator?
Well, it means everything. He set the tone for this team with his, well, for lack of a better word, he's probably a 1 out of 10. He's a 10 on the prick scale. So sorry, Nelson.
Thank you. I'll take that.
So it's like that's what you want in your offensive lineman, and Baker's kind of an offensive lineman in a quarterback's body. So it's what's rallied this team this year. He was a big part of it.
Hello, Baker. River Wells, Bucs game day over here. Congratulations. I wanted to ask you, you talk about Tampa Bay being home now, and from an organizational standpoint, we talked about why that is, but you've also been involved in the Tampa Bay community. So what about the fans, the community, and the culture around the Tampa Bay area also makes this home for you for the next few years?
It's a special place. I came into this place not really knowing what the community was like, hearing that it's a hockey town. even though they were coming off a Super Bowl. So just seeing the passionate fans, the ones that talk about going to the old sombrero, the ones that have been fans for a long time, that have stuck through the thick and thin, that's what makes it special. The people that are traditional fans, obviously we always welcome new ones, but the ones that have been here for the long haul make it really special. And so for Emily and I, we started our foundation last year, and just being able to, like I said earlier, boots on the ground mentality, making a difference in the community. For us, this is a great opportunity to do that. And I knew nothing about it, but it's a laid-back city, but people are really, really passionate about their sports, and it gives us the opportunity to truly make a difference in the long run.
Baker, what you did this past season wasn't lost on you. You stood there in that post-game interview room in Carolina, Week 18, and said, this was the very room that I was cut in. But just, can you put into perspective what it's meant to you to come here and to fight for a starting job and to lead this team to the playoffs, to get a playoff win, to secure your financial future, and also to be the guy that now everybody in the league is saying, I want to be like that guy. I may not have gotten my career off to the best start, but you know what? I can turn this thing around. I can turn my career around.
Yeah. It's all about opportunities. And so for me, I looked at this as an unbelievable opportunity to come to a place that's really stable, that was going to give me the best opportunity, like I keep mentioning, to be the best version of myself, and that means a lot. So everybody, it's a tricky business. There's injuries. There's a lot of things that can happen to you in your career, self-inflicted ones too, and I've gone through both of those. And so for me, it's a good opportunity to be able to, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and not to say that I'm satisfied by any means, but you can push through these challenges and the ups and downs that you go through. And as long as the mentality I came in here with was, as long as I can say that I was the best teammate possible to these guys, I was the best leader possible for these guys, and I did everything that I could to work extremely hard and control that, I was going to hang my head high. And we did that. We stuck together, and so that was a big reason why, I had fun playing football again. And that's a huge factor in, me playing better.
Peter Blake of the J.P. Peterson Show. This question is for Jason. You talk about free agency, possibly having a boat parade, if you will. You re-sign all your other guys. When is the boat parade for you, Jason?
Well, I think if you go back to my quote, we need to get Antoine secured long-term and do a deal with Tristan. So after that, we'll have the boat parade.
Baker, James
I'll be on a
Hill.
boat on Friday, though, so just so you know.
Baker, congratulations. James
Thank you.
Hill with ABC7. Just talk a little bit about providing this organization with more victories and going forward. They've tasted world championship twice in the Super Bowl, but you have dreams and ambitions of doing that here.
Yeah, obviously, as a football player, you want to win a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal. Everybody sets out to do that from the beginning of the new league year, and you see what kind of pieces you can put together. But being in an organization that has tasted it before is extremely important because they've done it, and especially recent. So that makes a big difference, that they know the process, the ups and downs. They know that they're going to put us in the best position possible to win because they've done it before. And that's a huge factor in why coming back here meant a lot. And you set your goals extremely high, and we're at the highest level of football competition that we can be in, and that's a big factor in it.
Baker, you mentioned, the journey you've been on, and Emily has been on that with you. Just what has it meant to have her stand through all that, and now the greatest of times, right?
Yeah, it's there were a lot of dark times that we went through together, and to have the support, I think it's extremely important that you have somebody that you can lean on at all times. And not that I was very good at leaning on her at all times. I carried a lot of that weight myself, but she's always been the support piece and has always believed in me, and just been consistent. When I show up at home, good days, bad days, she's even keeled, even when I might need a foot right up my rear end to get going. So it's unbelievable to have that support piece and to be able to see it now that we're going to be here calling this home for the next few years, and we've got number one on the way. It's a special time, really exciting time in our lives, but I think we're both motivated to make the most of this opportunity because we've seen the darker times.
Jason, Dan Lucas, News Channel 8. Congratulations to both of you gentlemen today. Jason, is this a challenge or an advantage to have a list of your own guys that you're trying to get back in free agency? We've seen so much movement
in the past couple of days around the league. You guys are all in-house.
It's a definite advantage. I was trying to explain this to my own family, kids the other day. If we were a different team and we, in this free agency, signed Mike Evans and Baker and Antoine and goes on and on and on. That's why it came up the boat parade, that we would be celebrating. We haven't prayed over this. This is one of the greatest free agency hauls ever, but it's our own guys. Got some Hall of Famers in here. Levante, Mike, how did I forget Levante? So it's been incredible. And I think it's time that the national media realizes that we have some great players. And they already know, but now they really know. So it's a great time for us.
Baker J.C. Allen right here again with Sports Illustrated Bucs Game Day. Just gotta ask it. How'd you feel when you woke up this morning?
Pretty normal. It was cardio day.
But on a more serious note, obviously Super Bowl's always the goal. But what's next for Baker in 2024 and beyond? Where are you trying to look to improve? Where do you think you can improve, and what's next for you?
Yeah, as a quarterback, I think you always look to improve controlling of the system, the knowledge of it, having answers when you're at the line of scrimmage, getting everybody on the same page even more so. And we did a lot of that last year, but truly making a really big difference of teaching the game to some of our younger guys to know in certain situations, this is what we're going to be doing, this is what I might be checking to. And so you always look to have answers in the back pocket because you never want to be handcuffed to the line of scrimmage. So I think we've put together a really good staff to be able to do that with the opportunities to obviously use our veteran guys that know football really well, but also teach the younger guys. And that's a big difference when you can develop those guys in-house and continue to let them grow.
Baker, J.P. Peterson again. 2 questions. Number one, with the baby, are you guys moving into Raymond James Stadium now? And also, I've been told that there's some significance to that upside-down Tampa hat. Could you give us some, news travels fast, some information on that as well?
Yeah, I won't be moving into the stadium. It's there's too many people around it, but I'm more of a homebody now. The significance of the hat, there's obviously a great group that has invested in it and started in it, considering the guy to my left, I think, is one of them. But I'm a hat guy. I'll be honest, I'm pretty lazy in the morning. I don't get up and do my hair, so it's easier to throw a hat on. I have way too many hats. That's a discussion for Emily that it's a long answer, but I enjoy the hats and just enjoy supporting good people.
What's the venture about?
What's the what?
Is it a venture with a bunch of people? What is it about?
Well, that's a better question for Jason.
There's a group of local people here.
We support local business.
That started a hat company. So I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. I didn't tell them to wear it, if anybody's asking me that. Brian, don't worry.
One guy in the back. Legs? I already did cardio. Get up early in the morning and do it.